my loves? It's your girl Diamond. I'm back with my season finale of Put a Ring on It. So we get to the session with Dr. Nicole, and we see Shorty and Kenneth arrive separately. Doctor wanted them to express how their relationship has been developing since the last couple of days. We've heard there have been some new developments in your relationship. Would you like to share? Yes, we are broken up completely, over and done. He came in disrespectful. He said some rude things towards me, and I'm done with it. He decided to come out of his mouth and say she could not handle the real coming out of it. She couldn't handle what she had to do. But they go back and forth arguing because he called me out my name. He called me weak. I'm not about to deal with this man. And pretty much that was the end of it. So she tells them to not take in what they did in this relationship into a new one. Hopefully, you guys can work on yourselves and figure things out before entering a new relationship, right? And I'll be happy to meet with you guys individually to move forward. Meet with you for what, Dr. Nicole? After this, there's no need to meet with you no more. The process is done. They need actual help. Kenneth needs help, real help, professional help. So since they broken up, their journey has ended. There's no more put a ring on it. It's over and done with. Kenneth felt like everything was going great, but it was a plot twist. He thought he would get down on one knee, but that's not what he wanted. And Shorty takes off her microphone, but before she leaves, she wanted to make sure that he was gone. Is he really gone? Like, can you make sure that he is pretty much out of reason, out of sight? Like, I can pull off and leave because she's afraid for her safety. She wants to be completely clear of this man, full of him, free of him. So she was hoping for them to get closer, do some self work, but turns out it didn't work. And then now that she's completely out of this relationship, she will be doing some self discovery and self journey on herself. Happy with that. So then we talk about Fonzo and Shay's date. You know how Fonzo got all dressed up for her. She was enjoying it. They talked about their issues to become more understanding and transparent to one another. And that's been their biggest hurdles, becoming more transparent. And also how he actually took the conversation with his baby mama about how he handled their situation. She is still someone who's of value to him, but that's just a mother of his child. But he's willing to take that step to make everything work. So she appreciates him making that call, but she can only hold him accountable for what they agreed to. He can't control anybody else. They might feel the same way about Shay for the next 10 or 15 years. But it's only based off of what Fonzo has not said about her. If he hasn't given an inkling of who Shay is as a person for them, they're not going to open their hearts to her because they're set in their ways of who Fonzo should be with. So hearing the other couple were able to listen with one another, Charlie got a little bit jealous. Then we get to Otis and Charlie, how their date was going. He said his date was smooth, it was cool, but she's only asking because they tend to do petty things with one another. So it was asked of him, why did he go on the date with Cherie? Was it because Charlie was going on her third date with Chris? He did not want to answer it. He wanted to say, well, it's interesting, but I believe that Charlie, you said you wanted to go first, right? You wanted to go on the date, right? I said, Otis, just admit it. You wanted to be petty because you did not want to be on the island by yourself of you not going on a date because Charlie went on a date. So she says she opened up why she met up with Chris because in a weird way, Chris appreciated her. Pretty much loved having a conversation with her, called her a dope person, she's cool, and she enjoyed hearing it. Now, she's not trying to throw Otis under the bus about how he doesn't express how beautiful she is, how dope she is, but she wanted to hear from him. I felt like Charlie, just say what it was. I enjoyed being around the company of another man who had no problem giving me words of affirmation, encouragement, affection. Well, not as far as like touching, but just being nice to me, give me word, encouragement. That's what I liked. And it did make Otis feel away because he is now feeling like shit because he doesn't do that to you. So Charlie definitely enjoyed being around another man who pretty much opened up the gate of saying how cool she is because her last dates with Chris, she's been smiling, she's been happy, the conversation's been flowing. So yeah, she got a glimpse of what it would mean to be with another man who might give her what she wants without it being so hard. But obviously he can't take it because another man is stepping up to the plate like he's not doing. And he said that it's goofy of her to want to hear compliments from somebody she's not cussing out. Why are you making it seem as if she's just a hard person to be around, Otis? What is it? You and Kenneth on the same wavelength now? What is it about y'all feeling like y'all want to demean and degrade what the other woman is expressing of what she wants? Like, that doesn't make any sense. She is literally telling you what she wants to hear, and you're not catching the point. Like, for real though. I feel like Dr. Nicole was tired of Otis not realizing how he comes off. He is not aware of how much misogynistic, how controlling, how manipulative he is. He's not paying attention at all because she said, Mr. Otis, when you're giving information from her, for some odd reason, it goes through your mind. And the way it gets processed, you take it as if she's expressing that you're not doing it right. But you're diminishing what she wants from you. Like it's an attack on what you're not doing. And that's not what she says. Charlie is crying. She's tired of arguing. She wants emotional support. He's not giving it to her. Dr. Nicole says she's literally laying it out right next to you. She wants more of this, and all you do is talk about why it's hard for you. You talk about the other people that are giving it to her because they don't get cussed out, versus you just saying, "Oh, babe, I could do that for you. I could definitely work on doing that for you more." That's all you could have said. You could have used that as a boost for you to do it more before somebody else comes up and snatches her. But no, you decide to take out your insecurities onto her like it's her fault that she got what she wanted from another man because you're not giving it to her. So Charlie has a lot to think about because do you feel like this is what you're going to be dealing with for the rest of your life? You want to deal with this for the rest of your life? Because I don't think you want to. Because Otis is being mean and not understanding and letting his emotions get the best of him because nothing is working. And absolutely right, nothing is working. Nothing has worked since you guys have been on this process. So the week assignment is the men shop for wedding rings. So now the men are at a jewelry store and Otis said he has to look for a ring for Charlie because he knows what she likes, but he hasn't paid attention to what she likes. But basically, he knows what shape of ring she wants. But everything that has been going on, there is a possibility that she might say no, which is the truth. Fonzo had already got Shay's engagement ring. He's just enhancing it for a little bit. You know, adding some more diamonds, some more bands. He's a jewelry connoisseur. He knows what he's talking about. So Otis is done arguing. And he knows what not to do to put them in the back. Put them, going 10 tips back. And apart from him owning what he needs to do, he regrets some of the words that he said in their last sessions. But he meant what he said. He just wish he could have said it a little bit better. Fine, Otis. So Shay is meeting up with Dr. Nicole to sort some things out because she's opening up about what she doesn't want. And she doesn't want to agree to be on an unwavering mood. I want to talk about what I am upset about. I want to get an understanding from you of what I am upset about. I want us to communicate more about how I feel and get understanding. And he's admitted that he doesn't have the answer to everything. She's okay with it. She's also okay with not everybody being on the same wavelength as her, not having the same thought patterns. Everybody can't think like me. She's okay with it. But she doesn't want to get hurt again. I have to let go of the past so I can move forward for us to have a productive future. And she has to remember, moving forward means you have to be open enough to feel again and feel safe and open. But she's been hurt in the past by being safe and open. But it comes to that time where you have to realize that if you're going to open that door, you have to open up with what you want. Open and talk about what you want honestly and have conversations about it so it doesn't leave you in a space of not feeling safe. Otis meets with Dr. Nicole because he feels like everything is going great. The process has been up and down, but we've been growing closer. I wrote, I don't know how this man processes things. I don't know why he feels like things are going great. I don't know. He just feels like everything's automatically good, but they haven't. And he says, I don't know, the way that Dr. Nicole was looking at him, or how things have been going great, we're growing closer. She's looking at him like, have you been paying attention? Have you been here this entire time? What makes you think that everything is going great? He said, you guys are in a good space? He said, yeah, we are. Well, that's not what Charlie says. Because I listen to her and I watch you. There is not a full awareness of toxicity in this relationship. So the pieces that he says are missing, they are consistently missing. Once the wedding is over, once the engagement is over, The marriage is left. I don't feel like the things that you might find subtle, that they're not there, they're bigger than what they are, because the dynamics that you guys have had in your relationship have not progressed. And he said they don't feel that way at all. They don't feel like their issues are bigger than what they are. But they are. Otis, you guys have huge problems. You guys have huge communication issues. You don't want to listen. You don't want to understand. You want everything to be on your terms and how you think on things, and nobody can question you. Just like how you are pretty much diminishing Dr. Nicole's eyes and ears of watching y'all this past 10 weeks. How y'all relationship is not on the same page. So, of course, this is what he says. He doesn't feel like Dr. Nicole has any say-so of how their relationship will be. It's up to them. But I wrote, this man is not fully aware about how their relationship has been. She pretty much told him, if you don't become aware and get a handle on how your relationship is coming off, it's going to crumble. It's going to break down even more in your relationship. And you guys pretty much are not going to be ready for marriage from this point on. So Otis and Charlie have a conversation about what they want to work on. Understanding, communication. She's asking him about how long his parents have been married. He said they've been married for a long time. They got him through patience and understanding, but love was the root of it all. Okay, well, love don't live here anymore. Love can always be the focal point of being in a relationship. You got to make sure that that comes with understanding, support, emotional support. Like, you have to make sure love can't be the end all, because there could be a lot of relationships where they love each other till death. It's not a good thing to just say, well, I love him. You love him for what? What has he done for you? How has he made you feel? You have been crying every time because he loves you so much. There's something else that's missing that you're not getting from this love. And he opens his heart about how he never thought he would find somebody like Charlie. He's so in love with her. I never thought I'll find love like this before. And Charlie is just swooned over him opening up about how much he loves her. She never heard him express how much he loves her. And that's what she wanted, for him to express how he feels about her. So she just wants them to work on what they have and move forward so they can be happy. Fonzo has Shay's father coming over to get his blessing of getting engaged to her for a second time, because the first time they did it, he said yes, but they wasn't ready for it. And her father wants him to be ready. Are you going to integrate her into your family? You're going to make those changes, because it's more than just saying you want to marry her. You have to put the actions behind it. And he said, of course, I want to do it all. I want to be there mentally, emotionally, and physically. And I want to incorporate her to be a part of my life. And I got to let them know this is who she is. This is who she is to me. And if y'all not going to like it, then y'all just going to have to be what it is. So basically, it's using the tools of what Dr. Nicole gave them to make it work for them, and blend the families and everything. And pretty much explain the dynamics. So her father gives them the support. He's saying, okay, marry her daughter. Charlie and Otis, it's the engagement. I thought that Otis would have had a much better proposal plan in mind than just, I don't know, going to the boardwalk or something, to a little gazebo. There's no flowers, there's no candles, there's no music. Like, this was such a scenery of a sunset, and him with a colorful bouquet of flowers and him with a colorful shirt. So he just goes on and on about how, he needs to give her affirmations. Her love language is word of affection. And just wants to be on the same page of being communicating, understanding. He was at fault for not being open about how he feel, and that he just loves her. He says she is a rare person. You can't find somebody rarer than her. She's amazing. She is so rare to me. All you keep on saying is rare. She's so rare. And pretty much how much he appreciates her. And that's all Charlie wanted, was for him to express how much he loves her. Why does he love her? What makes it about her that's so amazing to him? So pretty much said, Charlie, will you marry me? She said yes, of course. And there's that. Fonzo, it's his night to propose, and him and Shay are going all out. He's wearing his little silk shirt. He got the titties out, got the medallion out. Shay's in his purple sequin dress, looking great. He got the car service. Just reflecting on them going through their ups and downs in this process. Their dates, their conversations. A lot has been coming up that they never thought they would come back from. So just taking a step to figure out their relationship and taking a stab at their main issue to move forward. So obviously, throughout the car service, this man had another trick up his sleeve. He had a helicopter ride waiting for her. And when they arrived at the hangar, it was extremely beautiful. He had the rose petals going down to a table. He had candles, champagne. It was a very nice engagement setup. So basically, just having a conversation about how happy they were, the steps that they're taking, and I wanted to move forward. She's so happy. And this is another example of, okay, I get it. You had the whole setup, but you couldn't have got on one knee. You just lean to the side and say, you ready to get married again? You ain't gonna say you gonna marry me again? Like, get on one knee. I want the whole experience of somebody proposing to me. I don't want you to give me here, then just say, you ready this time? Because I'm ready. Like, it's like what Scrappy said to Erica. You gonna marry a nigga, so what? Oh, he said to Bambi. Something of that aspect. You know what I'm saying? But she said yes. And Shay was in happy tears. I mean, her mascara was running, child. She could not contain those tears. She was so happy. She loves him so much. Love the changes that they've made in their communication. And she just loves him. And that was the end of the episode. That was the end of Put a Ring on It. You know what I'm saying? So I'm happy that one, the season is over. I did not expect for us to get two proposals. I mean, I didn't expect it at all. I don't know what to expect on the relationship between Otis and Charlie, because next episode, a little birdie, from what I found out, that Charlie is expecting. But we're going to find out more of what happened throughout the process. And Shay and Fonzo, and more of Kenneth and Shorty. So it's going to be a lot, that reunion. I am excited for it, but you guys, that's all I have. Please stay in tune for my next video, and I'm going to see you guys later. Bye.